My name's Phil. My wife Vicky and I have been coming to the Grainery now for about 3.5 years, and we've been so welcomed here, and the Grainery is now our home. Today I want to share my story with you about how I came into the baptism of the Holy Spirit, and there was a process in getting to the baptism and even knowing what that was, because when we were first saved we didn't know anything, and so we were going to church twice a day and we were going to New Christians classes and we were just soaking up everything we could. And then we heard about this baptism of the Holy Spirit, and we thought, if this is from God, we just want it. We ended up at a tent crusade where we knew that one night that they were going to be actually praying for people to receive the baptism of the Holy Spirit. And so we'd done a little bit of research before that. We'd read Acts chapter 2. We know about the day of Pentecost. And in Acts chapter 1 it says that you will receive power when the Holy Spirit comes upon you, and be my witnesses in Jerusalem and Judea and Samaria and to the ends of the earth. And we thought, receive power? That sounds good. If there's power in this, we want it. And so we ended up at this tent crusade, and I remember standing at the front at the end of the night when they did the altar call. I was standing there and the guy was coming along and he was just touching everyone on the head as he came through. And I could hear the people at the end of the as they got touched, they were just beginning to just speak out in this new language, this tongues they called it, and we didn't even know what that was, but we heard it, and I heard it coming all the way down the line, and it got to the person beside me, and I could hear him breaking out into this new language that I'd never heard before, and then he got to me, and I was excited, and nothing happened, and then he moved on to the person there, and they got it, and I felt at the end of that really like I wasn't good enough, but I knew that something had happened. I knew that I felt something, but I didn't get that language, that heavenly language that I was so hungry for. And I remember it was 2 days later in the car, and I was driving the car, and I remember exactly where I was when this happened. This was such an amazing process to me, and I was driving and I was just praying to the Lord about it. Why was I not good enough? And the Lord began to reveal to me how that over those years before I was a Christian, how things that I'd done and said, and that I'd built this wall between us that's stopping the flow between you and I. And he said, and only you can remove it. And I thought, right, it's got to go, it's got to come down. And so as I was driving my car, and I see myself knocking this wall down from the top. As the bricks fell, there was just a sense of God filling the car as I was driving along. And before that wall was totally dim, I was speaking in this new heavenly language. And I knew, I had the sense that this is my spirit just communicating directly with the heart of the Father. It was the most amazing thing that I've ever experienced. And it gave me such a great understanding, I guess, even of the Trinity, because I knew about God, but I didn't understand the Trinity. I didn't understand the difference. But when we gave our hearts to Christ, and we gave our hearts to Christ, then we were introduced to the Son, and now I'm introduced to the Holy Spirit. I know that we live in the love of the Father and the grace of the Son, and in the fellowship and the guidance of the Holy Spirit, because it says He will guide you into all truth. And the journey, the difference that it's made in my life, journeying with the Holy Spirit steering, has just been amazing. If you've never ever experienced it, let me encourage you today, give it a go, because you will not regret it.